Welcome to Lento Business English. Ready to level up your business English? Here we learn through stories, slow, clear, and fun. Listen, relax, and enjoy the journey.
1. Introduction. St. Peter's Square is a large, open place in Vatican City. On this special day, it was full of people. Many thousands came from different countries. They all felt very excited. They were waiting for news about the new pope. For many hours, they stood and watched the famous balcony of St. Peter's Basilica. This is the church where important announcements are made. Before they knew the name, their voices filled the square. "Viva il Papa," they cheered. This means "Long live the Pope." They hoped for a good future. They knew a big change was coming. Finally, the moment everyone waited for arrived. A cardinal, an important church official, walked onto the balcony. He looked at the big crowd below. The square became very quiet. Everyone stopped talking. They wanted to hear every word. The cardinal would announce who the other cardinals had chosen. This person would lead more than 1 billion Catholics around the world. It was a serious and happy moment for everyone there. The cardinal said the name, Robert Francis Prevost. He was 69 years old. He was born in Chicago, Illinois, in the United States. This was a historic moment. Cardinal Prevost was the first pope from the United States. As is tradition, the new pope chooses a new name. Cardinal Prevost chose the name Leo. He would be known as Pope Leo XIV. He was now the 267th pope in the church's history. This news quickly went around the world. A new pope always means a new chapter for the Catholic Church. It is a time of change and new beginnings. People wonder what the new pope will be like. They think about how he will lead the church. Millions of Catholics and many other people were interested. They looked forward to hearing Pope Leo XIV speak. They wanted to understand his ideas for the church and the world. It felt like a fresh start. This important election happened on May 8, 2025. The process to choose a new pope started after the death of the old pope, Pope Francis. Pope Francis was loved by many. After his funeral, the cardinals met. This special meeting is called a papal conclave. It is an old tradition. The cardinals pray and vote to choose the next pope. With Pope Leo XIV, a new time in the church's history began. 2. A new pope. The process to choose a new pope is called a papal conclave. This is a very old tradition in the Catholic Church. The cardinals, who are important church leaders from all over the world, come together. They met in Vatican City. Their meeting was on May 8th in the year 2025. This special meeting happened because the previous pope, Pope Francis, had died. After his funeral, the cardinals started the conclave. They stay inside a special place and cannot talk to the outside world. They pray for guidance and then they vote. They vote many times until one person gets enough votes to become the new pope. The man chosen by the cardinals was Robert Francis Prevost. He was 69 years old when he became pope. It is a tradition for a new pope to choose a new name. This new name is how he will be known as the leader of the church. Cardinal Prevost decided to be called Leo XIV. This name has been used by other popes in the past. He is now the 267th pope. This means he follows a long line of leaders of the Catholic Church. Pope Leo XIV was born in a city called Chicago in the state of Illinois in the United States. This fact is very important and new. He is the first pope in the entire history of the Catholic Church to come from the United States of America. For many people around the world, this was surprising news. In the past, many popes came from Italy or other European countries, so having a pope from America marked a big change. Before the new pope's name was shared, there was much excitement. In St. Peter's Square, a large open space in Vatican City, many people waited. When they saw white smoke, which signals a new pope is chosen, they were very happy. The crowds below the balcony shouted, "Viva il Papa!" This Italian phrase means, "Long live the Pope." They were eager to see their new leader. Some people had wondered if a pope from the United States would be chosen. America is a very strong country in world politics. Some cardinals perhaps thought this could be a problem for the Church. However, Pope Leo XIV had something that eased these worries. He had spent a very long time working in Peru, a country in South America. This international experience was very important to the cardinals who voted. They believed that because he lived and worked outside the United States for so long, he would understand the global church. He would not only think about his home country. An expert who studies the Vatican said he would pay close attention to the needs of a global church. She also noted that he spent more than half of his church career working as a missionary in Peru. This showed he cared about people in different places and situations. 3. The early years. The story of Pope Leo XIV begins many years before he became the leader of the Catholic Church. He was born as Robert Francis Prevost in the American city of Chicago. This city is in the state of Illinois. The year of his birth was 1955. Chicago was his first home, and it was the place where he grew up. These early years in a busy city started his long journey. At that time, no one knew that this boy from Chicago would one day be pope. He started his education there, and life in Chicago gave him his first experiences of the world. After finishing his early school, Robert Prevost continued to study. He went to Villanova University in Pennsylvania. At this university, he studied mathematics, which is a subject about numbers and logic. He worked hard and received his bachelor's degree. This degree is an important paper you get from a university, but his learning did not stop with mathematics. He then decided to study theology. Theology is the study of God and religious ideas. For this, he went to the Catholic Theological Union in his home city of Chicago. There, he earned a diploma showing what he learned about his faith. Studying these two different subjects showed he was a thoughtful person. His wish to learn more about the church took him to an important city. He traveled to Rome in Italy. Rome is very important for Catholics because it is the center of the Catholic Church. In Rome, he studied a subject called canon law. Canon law includes the rules and laws for how the Catholic Church works. He studied this at the Pontifical St. Thomas Aquinas University. Living and studying in Rome helped him understand the Church much better. He learned about its history and how it works all over the world. This experience was very important for his future. A very important day came in June of 1982. On this day, Robert Prevost was ordained as a priest. This means he officially became a priest in the Catholic Church. He was ready to serve God and the people. After becoming a priest, he started his work. People saw that he was a good leader. Even when he was young in his church career, he was given important jobs. These early leadership roles gave him good experience. He learned how to do tasks well and how to work with different people. These first experiences as a priest and leader helped to shape him. They built a strong base for his future work. 4. A man for the world. Robert Francis Prevost's life as a priest took him far from his home in the United States. He gained important experience working in other countries. This international work was a very big part of his journey. He spent many years as a missionary. A missionary is a person who goes to different places to share their religious faith and help people. Pope Leo XIV spent a very large part of his church career in Peru, a country in South America. He spent more than half of his time as a priest working abroad, mostly in Peru. This long time living in a different culture helped him understand people from all over the world. His work in Peru began in a city named Trujillo. He lived there and dedicated 10 years of service to the church in that area. In Trujillo, he had a significant role. He used his understanding of church law, called canon law. He became a teacher of canon law at the local seminary. A seminary is a special college where men study to become priests. By teaching there, he helped educate future priests for the church in Peru. This teaching was a valuable part of his mission. After his service in Trujillo, his mission in Peru continued. He was chosen for another important position. He was appointed Bishop of Chiclayo, another city in Peru. He served the Catholic community of Chiclayo as their bishop for a long time. His service there started in 2014 and continued until 2023. This means he was Bishop of Chiclayo for 9 years. As a bishop, he was the main spiritual leader for Catholics in that region, guiding the churches and caring for the people. Spending much of his life in Peru had a big impact on Robert Prevost. It helped him develop a broad understanding of the world. Some people in the church were worried about a pope from the United States. They thought an American pope might focus too much on America. However, his many years in Peru calmed these worries. It showed he was aware of the needs of the global church. He learned to listen to people from different backgrounds. This international experience was seen by many as a very positive quality, making him a suitable choice to lead the worldwide Catholic Church. He understood global needs. Even with important jobs in the church, Robert Prevost always thought of himself as a missionary in his heart. He said this openly. He believed his main purpose was to be a missionary. He also thought every Christian should be a missionary, sharing the gospel wherever they were. This strong belief was very important to him. It showed his desire to connect with people from all backgrounds and share his faith. He carried this missionary spirit in all his roles. 5. A leader's path. People who knew Robert Prevost saw him as a good leader. He had special qualities that made him right for important roles. Even from a young age, others noticed his ability to lead. This was not a new thing for him. He was often chosen for positions where he had to guide others. This early experience helped him become the leader he was. Many thought he was the right person for big tasks. One important quality was his calm nature. He was a balanced person. This means he did not get too angry or too excited easily. He always tried to stay steady. He was also even-handed. This means he treated people fairly. He listened to different sides of a story. He tried to be fair to everyone. When he had a clear idea about what needed to be done, he would work towards it. He knew what he wanted to achieve, and he planned carefully. His calm way of doing things helped people feel confident. A key part of his leadership was how he achieved his goals. He was able to get things done. He was effective. But he did not do this by being authoritarian. An authoritarian leader often tells people what to do without listening to their ideas. Robert Prevost was different. He was not overly forceful. He guided people and worked with them. He preferred to lead by example and through discussion. This made people respect him and want to follow his lead. Many people in the Vatican thought he was a very good leader because of this skill. He could make important things happen in a quiet and effective way. They saw him as someone who could bring people together. Before becoming Pope Leo XIV, he had a very important job in the Vatican. He led an important office there. This office was powerful and had a lot of responsibility. It helped to choose new bishops all around the world. Bishops are important leaders in their local church areas. This role showed that many people trusted his judgment and his leadership abilities. Working in this office gave him more experience in how the global church works from the inside. He understood the needs of different church areas and the problems they faced. This experience was very valuable. Many people expected him to continue the work of Pope Francis. Pope Francis had started some important changes and reforms in the church. The hope was that Pope Leo XIV would build on these changes. His past actions and his way of leading suggested he would do this. He was seen as someone who could carry forward the positive work that had already begun. There was an expectation that he would guide the church with a similar spirit of openness and reform. People looked forward to seeing how his leadership would shape the church in the coming years. Overall, the view of him was that he was an exceptional leader. This means he was unusually good, much better than average. His journey showed a pattern of being given responsibility and handling it well. He was not just a leader in title, but in how he acted and how he made others feel. His path to becoming pope was marked by these strong leadership qualities. These qualities were recognized by many who worked with him over the years. He was seen as a steady hand, a person who was prepared and ready for the challenges ahead. His leadership was seen as a positive sign for the future. 6. First words from the balcony. The big doors on the balcony of St. Peter's Basilica opened. A new Pope, Leo XIV, walked out. Thousands of people were in St. Peter's Square below. They cheered loudly. They were very happy to see the new leader of the Catholic Church. He was dressed in white. He looked calm as he stood before the huge crowd. The world was watching. Pope Leo XIV raised his hand. The crowd became a little quieter. He was ready to give his first speech as Pope. His voice was clear. He spoke in Italian first. He started by thanking the cardinals. "I want to thank all my cardinal brothers," he said. "They have chosen me to be the successor of Peter. Being the successor of Peter means he is the new leader like St. Peter was." He felt the great importance of this moment. Then Pope Leo XIV talked about working together. He said he wanted to walk with you as a united church. This was a message for everyone in the church. He hoped they would all be one family. He believed unity was very important for the church's future. His next words were about making the world better. The church, he said, must always seek peace and justice. These are important goals for all people, not just Catholics. He asked everyone to work for a world where people live in peace. He also wanted a world where everyone is treated fairly. He also spoke about sharing faith. He said the church needs to work with men and women who are faithful to Jesus Christ. He encouraged them, without fear, to proclaim the gospel, to be missionaries. Being a missionary was close to his heart. This was because he was a missionary himself for many years in Peru. Pope Leo XIV continued his message. He said he wanted a church that builds bridges and dialogue. This means he wants the church to connect with all kinds of people. He wants the church to talk openly with everyone. We have to seek together to be a missionary church, he explained. He also asked people to show our charity to others and be in dialogue with love. Love and kindness were key parts of his first message to the world. After these important words in Italian, Pope Leo XIV did something special. He changed to Spanish. Many people in the world speak Spanish. He speaks it very well because he lived and worked in Peru for a long time. He wanted to speak directly to the people there in a language they understood well. He looked out towards the crowd and said, "To my dearest beloved diocese in Peru." He was talking to the places where he was a priest and later a bishop. He remembered the faithful people in Peru with warmth. He said they accompanied their bishop to share their faith with him. He also said, "And who have done so much to be a faithful church." It was a warm and personal message to a country that was very important to him. The new pope also shared his idea for how the church should move forward. He called for a synodal church. He explained this means one which goes forward together, with everyone listening to each other. A synodal church is also one that always seeks peace. And very importantly, it is a church that wants to be close to those who suffer. He wants the church to help people who are sad or have many problems in their lives. The people in St. Peter's Square listened to every word. His first speech from the balcony was full of hope and clear ideas. Pope Leo XIV showed that he wanted to lead a church that was united. He wanted a church that worked for peace, showed love, and reached out to everyone, especially those in need. His words gave a first look at the kind of pope he would be for all Catholics. 7. A vision for the church. Pope Leo XIV has a clear idea for the church's future. He wants it to connect different people. He said the church should build bridges. This means helping groups understand each other. It's like making a path for people to meet. He also wants the church to use dialogue. Dialogue means talking and listening carefully. It is not just telling people what to believe. It is sharing ideas and learning. Pope Leo XIV thinks this is very important today. The church should be open to talk with everyone. This helps make the world more peaceful. Showing charity and love is another key part of his vision. He asked people to show charity. Charity means helping those in need. For example, giving food to hungry people or visiting sick people. It means caring with a kind heart. Love is also very important. The Pope said people should be in dialogue with love. This means talking to others with kindness and respect. Love should guide what the church and its members do. This is how the church shows God's love to everyone. It is a simple but strong message for daily life. Pope Leo XIV also wants a missionary church. A missionary church shares its main message, the gospel, with all people. The gospel is the story and teachings of Jesus Christ. The Pope wants all Christians to be like missionaries. This means they should not be afraid to talk about their faith. They should share this good news in their communities and around the world. It does not mean forcing beliefs on anyone. It means sharing the message with joy and hope. The church should always be ready to go out and meet people where they are. The Pope used the word synodal for his vision. A synodal church goes forward together. Synodal means walking together or journeying together. This means everyone in the church has a role. Bishops, priests, and all church members should listen to each other. They should work together to make decisions and plan. This idea helps the church to be united. When everyone walks together, the church is stronger. It is about building a community where all voices are heard and feel valued. This makes the church a welcoming place for all its members. Finally, Pope Leo XIV said the church must be close to those who suffer. This is very important in his vision. People suffer in many ways. Some are poor, some are sick, or some feel lonely. The Pope believes the church has a special job to be near these people. It should offer comfort, help, and support. Being close to suffering people shows true care. It is a way to show love and charity in action. The church should always look for hurting people and find ways to help. This shows the church cares for everyone, especially those in difficult times. This is a key task for the church. 8. Looking to the future. Pope Leo XIV started his time as Pope by thinking about Pope Francis. He asked the people in St. Peter's Square to remember Pope Francis. He said they should remember his work and what he did for the church. Pope Leo XIV spoke about the blessing Pope Francis gave to Rome and to the whole world. He said he wanted to continue this work of blessing. This showed that he respected the Pope who came before him. It was an important way to begin his new role. Many people listened carefully to these first words. They understood that Pope Leo XIV wanted to honor the past as he looked to the future. Then Pope Leo XIV shared a simple but strong message. He told everyone that God loves all people. He said, "God loves us. God loves everyone." This message was for every person in the world. It was a message of hope and welcome. He also spoke about difficult things. He said that bad things happen, but evil will not prevail. This means that good is stronger than bad. These words gave people courage. It showed that Pope Leo XIV wanted to bring a feeling of hope to the church and to the world. His message was clear. Love and goodness are very important. The new pope showed early signs of how he wants to lead. Many people expect him to continue the good work and reforms started by Pope Francis. This means working for positive changes and helping people in new ways. Pope Leo XIV believes in a church that builds connections and talks openly with everyone. He wants people to be kind and show love to others, especially through dialogue. He also thinks the church should be active like a missionary. This means sharing its message of hope and faith with people everywhere, not just waiting for them to come. He often speaks about the church walking together. This idea is very important for him and suggests a future where everyone in the church works as a team, listening to each other. He also wants the church to be very close to people who are suffering and need help. This shows his deep care for those who are poor or in pain. At the end of his first talk from the balcony, Pope Leo XIV gave a special blessing. He said, "Peace be with you all." This is a traditional and well-known blessing, but it felt new and full of meaning coming from him. These simple words showed his deep wish for peace in every part of the world. It was a calm and hopeful way to finish his first important message as Pope. People around the world felt that this was the start of a new and thoughtful time for the Catholic Church. The new Pope wants to lead with a clear message of love, hope, and working together. The future for the Church with Pope Leo XIV looks like it will focus on these very important ideas. He aims to guide the Church to help people more, and to always work towards bringing peace everywhere.